You never
Welcome
fail
back
me
to
yet.
Body Life, guys.
You
I really
never
missed you guys. I'm so sorry I've not
fail
been
me
able
yet.
to upload videos
Jesus
online.
Christ.
So we are
You
back
never
again. So the
fail
thing is
me
that
yet.
uh in this video we are going to be
Everywhere
talking about
I
something we are conversant with.
go,
It's not something that is
I
new,
want no
but I
one
feel like I
to
should
know
renew it in our
that
mind.
Jesus
So
Christ, you
I know a
never
lot of you will,
fail me
yeah,
yet.
conversant with God's love.
And you never
It's overwhelming love.
will.
It's never ending love. It's reckless love for everybody, every one of us. Now, I know a lot of you would have been saying right now that why is this girl always talking about love, God this, God that. The thing is that I can't do anything without God. He made me who I am today. If not for God, I wouldn't have been where I am. Although I'm not yet there, but I know me before. So, if not for God, everything about me wouldn't have been like this. And yes, I'm an ambassador of Christ on earth. So what do you think? What do you expect for me to be talking about? My life should depict Christ. Everything about me should talk about him. In fact, without me talking, I should I should speak Christ. My life, my dressing, everything should speak Christ. So let's dive in. So guys, let's start by singing as usual. So this song, I don't know, maybe you know it or you can follow me. It's just like three lines, three lyrics, I guess. So just follow me. It's easy to learn. So it goes thus: We will proclaim your name. We will proclaim your power, oh God, dear Lord. We will proclaim your name. We will proclaim your power, oh God, oh God. We will proclaim your name. We will proclaim your power, dear Lord, dear Lord. So that is it. So let's dive in. So a lot of people would have said that why you always singing? Well, singing is part of me. Yeah, I live to worship God. Yes, I live to worship God. And yeah, so let's get started. I'm going to be talking about majorly God's love, Father's light in us. Now let's get started. And it will major around trials and tribulations. Now, the Bible says that count it all joy when you face trials and tribulation. Now, I don't want you to feel like what are you trying to say? Are you saying that hey, so it is good to face trials and tribulation, so I should come and die? Because the thing is that I know a lot of us say this. I know we face trials and tribulations. I know we face challenges, and I'm not promising you that they won't come. They will definitely come. Now, when you've given your life to Christ, it will even double because you are now like not even like you are an enemy of the devil, and he does not want you to enter God's kingdom. So the trials and tribulation will be more. And now let me show you some things. Let's decipher some things together. Now open your Bible and read it from page to page, like from pages to pages, like precept upon precept. Let me tell you something. A whole lot of people inside the Bible, practically all of them, face trials and tribulations. There, it is not possible for you not to face trials and tribulations. It is not possible. Possible. Could it work? It can't work. And I'm not telling you that, to be real, to be frank with you, I'm not saying that it is easy. Look at Job, for instance. He lost everything. Everything. His family, he lost everything that he had. Everything. And yes, it got many faults. But the thing is that when he when he was facing those trials and tribulations, even his wife told him that curse God. Won't you curse God and die? And let me tell you something. when these trials and tribulation come, I always tell people that always know the kind of association you associate yourself with, because it's also a association who you get involved with, your friends, your loved ones, apart from your family and your friends. Basically, if there's something, goes a long way. It goes a long way. Those people that you call your friends, when you are facing trials and tribulation, are they going to be telling you that do these negative things, that will just do this thing that way, it will to make path for you, something like that? They won't ask you that. Instead of you complaining, instead of you grumbling, instead of you doing this, pray, pray, press more. Press more. Start speaking in tongue. Start speaking in tongue. Start pressing. Start pressing. Start pressing. Keep on pressing. Don't get tired. Don't get weary. Just keep on pressing. You don't know what to do. You're confused. You're in a state of dilemma. In fact, your mind is blank. Everything is just upside down. Yes, I understand. You're broken-hearted. You don't even know what next. Pray. Stop complaining, start doing something. Pray, pray more, press more. Let the devil be confused that what is wrong with this lady, what's wrong with this guy? Why is he still doing this? Let him be tired of you. Let him be tired that in fact I'm not going near this guy or this lady anymore. Keep on pressing. Trials and tribulations will definitely come, but God's love is sure. God's love, Father's love, God's love is sure, it's certain, it's 100, 1,100%. God's love is sure, it's too sure. And I want you to, when you give your life to Christ, we are still going to talk about this in another video. When you give your life to Christ, yes, there is nobody that does not have the Spirit of God in them. But when you give your life to Christ, when you start koinonia with God, when you start communicating, fellowshipping with Him, you know that there's something that will begin to change in your life. Everything about you should speak God, should depict God. In your conduct, in your mode of dressing, in the way you talk, everything should depict God. When you've given your life to Christ, you see that there will be a whole lot of changes. A whole lot of changes. There's several things I do before that I don't do anymore. In fact, there's several things that I feared I don't fear anymore. I was telling someone, I said, I don't understand. I just find myself doing some things I'm always scared to do. And I said to myself, I said, it is not me, it is God. It is not me, it is God. I just find myself doing those things that I can't even imagine that I can do. Nobody will know, but I know myself. Nobody will know, but I know myself. There are several things I can't do before that I'm now doing, and I'll feel like, Temitope, is this you? Were you the one that just finished doing that? When you've given your life to Christ and you're consistent in this race, because we are all going through a race. So when you are consistent in this race, I know when you first give your life to Christ, it's not like everything will be smooth. There will be like falling, rising, falling, rising. You can't just, I know. I'm blunt, I'm real, I'm genuine, I won't lie to you. It's not that at immediately you stop doing those things. But keep on pressing, keep on pressing. Don't get tired, don't get weary. Be disciplined, discipline yourself, have self-control. I know those urges will come, they will definitely come. You are not, you are not how will I put it? There's this flesh in your body. So those urges will still come. It is not a sin that those urges are coming, it's not a sin. But have self-discipline, have self-discipline, self-control. Know how to control yourself. Like for me, let me talk about there's a way I do my thing. Anytime, I won't lie to you, it's not like I don't feel urges. It's not like I don't feel urges or anything. But I don't know. God has really been helping me. There's a way I do it. In fact, there are sometimes that the devil will want to bring all manner of things through your mind. And yeah, I learned something today. Although yes, I've had that in my head before, but I learned more today. Anytime something wants to start, it starts from the mind. It's just like when you have fear of playing basketball and you feel like if I play it now, I will always be losing. It starts from your mind. It will start from your mind, and it will happen because it starts from your mind. You're already in your mind, you've already made up your mind that it's not going to work, you're going to fail, so it will happen like that. So when it will start from your mind, just know that immediately you cancel it. Ekato shebele dedido shenanamalabada. You don't just start looking like glucose and be like, what will I do now? I'm confused. Start praying, move about, take a stroll. In fact, start talking, call someone, gist with the person, stroll, speak in tongues as you're strolling. It will go away, my dear sister. I have a lot of things me I used to do. I have a lot of exercise that I used to do. It's not like they didn't come. It is nature. It is part of you. It is nature. It is not a sin. But dwelling in that thing, it's a sin. There's several people that they have. I'm sorry for using this word, but I'm not sorry in another way because we are matured mind. Now there are a lot of people, a whole lot of people that mere looking at a lady, they've done those things with the lady. In fact, without, I have to be careful with the use of my words because of YouTube. So that's what I'm saying. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So the thing is that there are a whole lot of ladies out there because of what they wear. When a guy sees them, they've done those things mere looking at them without offering their clothes, without doing anything in the room. So that's why you have to inculcate that habit. Like, I'm an influencer. I'm an influencer of the kingdom. I have to know what to do. I have to do the right thing. I'm not just doing things anyhow. I'm not doing anything anyhow. I'm an ambassador of Christ on earth. So everything about me should speak God, should depict God. So there's a way you do things. You don't do things anyhow because you're a child of God. So when you give your life to Christ, the light of God is shown in you. And let's talk about Father's light. Let's talk about Father's light. Let's talk about Father's light. Now, the Father's light. I, that's why I say consistency. Now, let me use this iron for instance. Let's use this iron for instance. If there's power supply and I plug this iron into the socket, it will start getting hot. It will start getting hot, and I leave it for like let's say 30 minutes. It will be very hot. In fact, you have to be careful of the clothes you want to iron. Now, when I remove it from the socket, it will still be hot, but the hot will be dissipating. It will be going down, going down. Now, that's how our life is. As believers, let me tell you something. If you're not consistent in what you're doing, the Father's life will just be going. It will just be dissipating. You have to, you have to show the Father's light, God's light in you. You don't just do things anyhow. You do things the right way. Not because of the reward, not because of people looking at you, not because you don't want people to say that they made up while you're doing this, but because it's the right thing to do. Now, let's say we are the lion. We've been praying, we've been fasting, we've been communicating with God, we've been doing all manner of things, going for service, we've been going for conferences, seminars, and all. Yes, we are out. We are, in fact, we are laying hands on people, they are getting healed. We are out, out, out. And all of a sudden, something, trials and tribulation just set in. And we just be like, I'm not doing again. Everything I've been doing inside is not even working. So, what should I be doing? I'm tired. Just drop this. You drop your life. Drop it. And it's not like it won't be hot anymore. It will just be dissipating gradually, gradually, gradually. The Father's light gradually to be dissipating, to be reducing till it gets cold. So to be careful. You have to realize that God's love for you is unconditional. Now let me read this. I jotted down something. I said love love don't just happen. It is ordained by God. And God's love is unconditional. If you know God's love is unconditional. Love can take you through a tsunami, then back to dry land. Love will never leave you no matter what, and that is God. It will never leave you no matter what. It makes you feel safe. When you're in God's love, you're safe, you're known, you're strong. Love will never leave you. God will never leave you. Love is dependable, even when you can't see it. Love is dependable. Yes, I can feel God. I can feel His presence. Love is dependable even when you can't see it at all. That's agape love. That's love. That's God's love. Unconditional love. Now I read this thing. I said, God chose me. He chose you from our notions of crowds, from different people, different races, different tribes. God chose me. He chose you from an ocean of crowds, arranging me to come to His side. His truthful and kind words warmed my heart. This is actually a lyrics of a song. I jotted down. So his truthful and kind words warmed my heart. Is words. Given the truth, in joy I reside. His familiar voice, beautiful face have never changed from the very start. In his house, his sweet love I taste. So I lean close and wish not to part. God has never, never left my side. He sacrifices with no complaint. Love is sacrifice. Love is not affection, it's not feelings. Love is sacrifice. So I used to say it and I've said it in some of my videos. It sacrifices with no complaint. It doesn't complain, it doesn't grumble, it doesn't do like hey, should I do it? No. It does not complain. I will throw off corruption and be cleansed. I will accompany God forever, forever. Without God, the days became too hard. Without God, it becomes so hard. You face those trials and tribulation, but when you have God, it makes it so easy and so smooth. And I staggered along in painful stride. His protections lead me all the way. Now with God's words, I am satisfied. Time brings changes, the world will evolve, yes, but nothing can part my heart from God. A promise of millennia, unchanged oath, cycles of life and death. I am back to His side. God has never left my side. And He will never leave your side. God has never left our side. He can never leave your side. God's love is uncontainable, is indescribable. It's not something you can fathom with just mere saying or something you can just say with your mouth. God's love is, I just can't express it. It's unconditional. That Father is so sweet. It's sweet though. Guys, you face trials and tribulations. You face trials and tribulations. There will be challenges. There will be difficulties, but God's love will still be there and it's sure. And when you're on His side, when you're on the Lord's side, there is safety, there is peace, there is joy. You are new, you are strong. We see God's love today. See God's love today. God's love. God wants you to be on His side. He does not want any man to perish. He does not want you to perish. Just come to God today with a repentant heart, with a genuine heart, with a repentant spirit, with a repentant heart. Don't come grudgingly. Don't come because the doctor is talking. Don't come because you're tired. Don't come because you feel like if I come to God, there will be reward for me. Come because yes, it's the right thing to do, and you have a repentant heart. You want to feel Father's love. You want to feel Father's light in you. You want to you want to bring thousands and millions of souls to God's kingdom through your behavior, through your attitude, through your conduct, through everything accordingly. So come to God today. Come to God today. Come to Him. I love you guys. I love you so very much. And God loves you so much more.